Rocky Mountain Construction, or RMC, are known for making some of the world's best roller coasters. Ranging from their steel iBox hybrid coasters to their single-rail Raptor coasters, RMC really does have a world-class portfolio. But today we're going to take a different approach to RMC's coasters, and we're going to rank them based off their colors. Coming in at number 25, we have Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. This coaster opened back in 2018 as the first RMC Raptor, and honestly, these colors kind of suck. I understand they were going for a Wonder Woman theme, but the blue and red trains, yellow and red supports, and everything else just don't really mix well together. This is just my opinion, and everyone is subject to their own opinions, but let's just move on to the next coaster. Coming in at number 24 is another Wonder Woman-themed RMC roller coaster at Six Flags Magic Mountain. This is, of course, Wonder Woman Flight of Courage. The only reason I'm putting this above Six Flags Fiesta Texas's RMC is because the colors work a lot better in the DC-themed area. This coaster is placed perfectly in between Riddler's Revenge and Batman, so of course the colors are going to look a lot better because it goes along with the bright colors in the DC section as well. So I just think that this coaster looks better in the Magic Mountain skyline, which is why I have it one spot above Fiesta Texas's. Coming in at the number 23 spot is another Six Flags RMC. This is located at Six Flags Over Texas, and this is the first ever RMC roller coaster, New Texas Giant. I don't know why, but I think the colors of this ride go so well with the New Texas Giant name, but the colors just don't look good. It is so faded, and Six Flags really needs to give this a repaint because that is why it's so low on this list. Look at this POV they shot a couple of years ago. It is so faded. I cannot imagine what it looks like now. So Six Flags, you really need to repaint this coaster. And yeah, overall, it isn't a bad color scheme if you look at it from when it was brand new. But it is so faded now, and it just looks disgusting, so that is why it is this low on the list. Coming in at 22, we have Outlaw Run at Silver Dollar City. And with most Topper Track Woodies on this list, they have pretty much no color at all, which is why I think that they place so high, to be honest. I think that the Topper Track Woodies, especially Outlaw Run, fit their name better with the more basic color scheme. I feel like any other color scheme other than just a blank wooden color for Outlaw Run would kind of look off. And I really do kind of like the rustic gray rails on this coaster. Overall, it is very basic, but I think it fits the ride quite well, which is why it is not in last place. Coming in at number 21, we have Dollywood's Lightning Rod. This used to be a Topper Track Woody by Rocky Mountain Construction before they re-RMC'd it and gave it steel rails. I think that these dark gray rails really fit the ride, and just like Outlaw Run, I could not picture Lightning Rod with any other colors because I feel as if they would not fit the ride name and theme. These colors are not fancy, but they don't need to be. I think the basic dark gray rails really fit this ride. Now, of course, it isn't going to place as high as the other RMCs because I feel like a lot of the other coasters on this list have better colors. Next up, we have Wildfire at Cold Martin. This is kind of the same story as Outlaw Run in the fact that it has those grayish natural wooden rails. And once again, I really love these basic colors. I don't know why, it's just those very faint colors that make a ride kind of stand out. And with Wildfire, it just kind of looks very, very good when mixed in with the ride name and also the structure itself. This is pretty much the last coaster on this list with basic colors, so if you're kind of complaining about these colors not being that great, then don't worry because we're getting to the coasters that actually have defined color schemes. I don't know, I just really like Wildfire's basic colors, and on to the next coaster. Coming in at 19, we have Storm Chaser at Kentucky Kingdom. This ride has red rails and it has dark gray steel supports, and honestly, this color scheme is great. There is one complaint I have with it, and it is that the steel supports with their gray color are kind of weird, to be honest. I don't know, I guess the colors pop more with the natural wooden supports, but with the gray steel supports, it kind of looks off. If you've seen it, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But I really do like the red rails. I think they look great, and overall, this ride is a very solid coaster when it comes to colors, but all the other RMCs are much better in my opinion. Coming in at number 18, we have Medusa Steel Coaster at Six Flags Mexico. This is the first coaster with orange track on this list, and the reason it is last place out of the orange track coasters is because it doesn't really pop as well as the other coasters. The other coasters with orange track have much more of a presence, while Medusa Steel Coaster is kind of just there. Overall, I really do enjoy how the orange rails and the traditional wooden structure blend together. Orange coasters are some very good looking coasters, but the other RMC color schemes are just so good, I have to get to those. Coming in at number 17, we have Goliath at Six Flags Great America. This coaster has the same exact colors as MEDUSA Steel Coaster, except the colors have a lot more of a presence since the wooden structure is much larger. Sure, it is not the best rated orange coaster on this list, but that doesn't mean that the colors aren't bad. These colors are super solid, and if they were on any other coasters that weren't RMCs, this would probably be one of the best colors of their respective manufacturers. But of course, RMC colors are so good, so let's move right along to the number 16 spot. Twisted Timbers is up next, and this coaster sports a maroon color with traditional wooden supports. I really like this color scheme and how it fits in with the theme of the ride of a cursed apple orchard, but I honestly think there could have been better colors used here. I think that crimson track with the silver cross ties would have worked well, or even red track with the black cross ties, such as Wildcat's Revenge, would have made this ride look a lot better, but the maroon color still looks very good, and it is definitely a better RMC color. I do really think that the colors on this ride are a lot less of a pop, mostly because it is a darker color, just like the supports of the ride. But nonetheless, this coaster is in the middle of the pack when it comes to colors on RMCs. Coming in at number 15, we have Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. And this is kind of the same scenario as Goliath. It has the same exact colors as Twisted Timbers, except I think they have a lot more of a presence with the larger wooden structure. Also, the Steel Vengeance name is a lot more intimidating, which makes this color scheme fit so well with the ride. There's nothing like going to the back of Frontier Town and seeing this ginormous maroon and traditional wooden structure looming over the small buildings. Steel Vengeance's intimidating structure makes this color work so well with the ride, and that is why it is at the number 15 spot. Yet again, we have another orange RMC roller coaster, and this is Jersey Devil at Six Flags Great Adventure. Overall, this color pops so well with the dark gray supports, but I think that is the problem with this ride. I do not like how dark these gray supports are. I feel like they should have just went with black at that point, but I don't know. It's just kind of a little critique, but this orange color is just phenomenal looking. I really like how it blends well with the red car, and I really do like how it fits with the name Jersey Devil. I think that Six Flags knocked it out of the park when it came to the colors of this ride, and I think that is pretty much enough said. This coaster is just phenomenal looking and one of the best looking coasters at Six Flags Great Adventure. The number 13 spot welcomes you to California's Great America, where you will meet RAILBLAZER, one of the best looking single rail roller coasters that RMC has created. This ride looks beautiful. I really do think that the lighter gray supports are what puts this over Jersey Devil. I think that allows the main color of the coaster to pop a lot more and just have a lot more of a presence on the midway. This coaster just looks gorgeous, and that is pretty much enough said. This is another orange coaster, pretty much the same color as MEDUSA, Goliath, and Jersey Devil, and this coaster's colors pop a lot more than the other coasters at California's Great America. And if this park does shut down, it would be a shame if RAILBLAZER got scrapped. But if it gets relocated, I hope it continues to sport this amazing color scheme. The stunning coaster Iron Rattler takes the number 12 spot with its vibrant orange color. Yes, we have another orange RMC that comes in at the number 12 spot. The reason that it is so high is because it pops so well, hopping on and off the quarry wall and towering over pretty much every roller coaster at Six Flags Fiesta Texas. The drop and dive off the quarry wall have a massive presence in that area of the park, as well as the sections on top of the quarry walls that just tower over everything. I really do think that the reason this coaster is so high is because of these reasons, and it is also one of the highest ranked orange coasters on this list. Just missing out on the top 10 is the Joker at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Now, I feel as if I'm going to trigger some people because a lot of people say that this is the best RMC color scheme, but I am not one of those people. Sure, it is still one of the best color schemes out there, but the green and purple are not my favorite colors. Although the name is Joker, so I have to say that the colors they chose for this are much better than just choosing green rails or purple rails for this coaster. I feel like, once again, if they chose a different color for the cross ties, it would make this ride 10 times better. Say, for example, black. I feel like the colors would pop a lot more than the silver colors, and I feel like this ride would just look a lot better at Discovery Kingdom. Overall, though, Joker has one of the best color schemes of any coaster in the entire world, but it just doesn't stack up to the other RMCs that come later in this list. Coming in at number 10 is the final orange coaster on this list, and that is Wicked Cyclone at Six Flags New England. Now, this is one great looking roller coaster. I think that the gray wooden supports with the bright orange track make this the best orange coaster on the list, just because it pops so much. This is the perfect tone of gray, right in the middle of Railblazer's gray and Jersey Devil's gray, and it really allows the orange color to pop super well. I also think that for some reason these colors really fit the name. The way the orange track just twists under and through itself just makes this coaster a next level when it comes to colors. And I really think that Wicked Cyclone's colors are pretty underrated. So yeah, this is the last orange coaster on this list, I know, finally. And it's time to move on to some coasters that don't have orange rails or an orange color scheme. Coming in at number 9, we have Twisted Colossus at Six Flags Magic Mountain. And I think that this coaster looks so nice. The white supports with the blue track and also the green track on the white supports looks phenomenal. I do think that the green color kind of takes away from the ride a little bit. I know, I'm really hating on green right now. But I don't know. I just don't really think the green really looks right on this ride. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that's why it is not higher on this list. But overall, this ride looks stunning and way better than half the coasters at Six Flags Magic Mountain. So that is why it is so high on this list still, even after me not really liking the green color. Overall, this ride looks fantastic, but I think that the other coasters on this list just beat it out. Coming in at number 8 is a roller coaster that I feel has a super underrated color scheme, and that is Untamed at Walibi Holland. This roller coaster sports a rustic brown color scheme, and I think that this color scheme is very, very nice. I don't know why I like this color so much, but I do. And I think it really fits with the name Untamed. And I don't know, I think this color is super nice looking and fits the ride super well, which is why it ranks so high on this list. Coming in at number 7, we have ZADRA Energylandia, which sports a bright red color. I really do like this color. It is a basic red color, but it really pops with the wooden structure and dominates the section of the park. I really do like this red shade and how it works well with the natural wooden structure and how it affects the overall vibe of the roller coaster. This is easily one of the best colors on any RMC out there, and now we are going to head to the coaster that is just outside of the top 5. And that roller coaster would be WILDCAT'S Revenge at Hershey Park. This coaster has the same colored rails as ZADRA at Energylandia, except with the addition of the black cross ties, which just make this ride so much better looking. Hershey Park decided that they didn't want the boring old silver color and that they wanted this sleek black cross ties with the bright crimson reds track, and that is the perfect decision. This ride looks amazing. When I saw the announcement for this coaster, I did not know how these colors would look with the traditional wooden structure, but let me just say, it just looks so gorgeous, and it's so good that it deserves to be this high on the list. This ride has a phenomenal color scheme, but it is not the best color scheme of the 2023 RMC roller coasters. We will get to that coaster in a bit. Coming in at number 5, we have Iron GWAZI at Busch Gardens, Tampa, and this is a stunning looking RMC roller coaster. I remember how I said about not liking the purple colored rail on Joker, but this pinkish purple color fits so well with the name and looks so good on the RMC structure. Honestly, it is one of the prettiest coasters I have seen in a while. It just looks gorgeous, especially with those trains to go along with it. This ride just looks amazing. And this is one of those colors we have not seen on any other RMCs before this one. And it just adds a set of uniqueness to it. And honestly, I don't know what else to say. This color is just absolutely amazing. And the color alone deserves to be in the top 5. Stunt Pilot at Silverwood takes the number 4 spot, and this is a beautiful looking RMC Raptor. The bright red supports paired with the white track looks so good and just blends so well together. Overall, this is a masterpiece of a color scheme. Whoever thought of these colors is a genius. They contrast so well, go together so well. It's a very patriotic color scheme. I just love the colors of this coaster. They fit so well together. I am a huge fan of white colors on coasters, so when I saw Stunt Pilot for the first time, I was like, holy cow, this looks awesome. And yeah, that is why it places so high on this list. And speaking of coasters with white, we have Twisted Cyclone taking the number 3 spot, and this has to be one of the best color combinations of any roller coaster ever. The blue tracks on the white supports will look so good and contrast just as well as Stunt Pilot's colors. It just looks a bit better. Honestly, this is one of the prettiest looking roller coasters I've ever seen in my life, and they are, of course, on Twisted Cyclone. This roller coaster is one of the shorter RMCs, so it's not going to have as much of a presence with its colors as a lot of the other taller RMCs on this list, but the colors are so dang good that this ride deserves to be this high on the list. It is just an amazing looking ride. If you thought Twisted Cyclone was beautiful looking, then look at HAKUGEI at Nagashima Spotland. This coaster is literally Twisted Cyclone's colors, just on steroids. I mean, look at this thing. It is gorgeous. This is located at Nagashima Spotland, as mentioned earlier, in Japan, and this is another coaster with blue and white supports. This coaster is absolutely massive, which I think is part of the reason why it is so high. It is just stunning to look at. The massive white structure is mesmerizing enough, but with that amazing blue track on top, it is just a beautiful coaster, a perfect colored coaster, probably the best RMC colored coaster before the number 1 spot took over. And that roller coaster is, of course, ARIEFORCE 1 at Fun Spot Atlanta. This coaster has the very patriotic red, white, and blue colors, and this coaster just looks incredible. Mash Stunt Pilot and Twisted Cyclone, and you got the color scheme of this ride. It is stunning to look at. I mean, this is easily the best looking RMC that I've ever seen in my life. Red and white and blue and white are my favorite color schemes on roller coasters, and seeing them combined into one roller coaster is just insane. It also is a perfect patriotic coaster and definitely one of the best red, white, and blue coasters out there. For me, this was an easy pick for number 1, but I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think is the best RMC color scheme? Comment below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It took a while to make, but it was also very fun to make it. So make sure to subscribe, give this video a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.